The world will be okay. You need your R&R. You need your spirituality, and that you need to be refreshed so you can get back to work during the rest of the week, and that's okay. like the Torah, and they're about teaching our children. So they're really, really wonderful to have a bat mitzvah doing it. Eshakak, beautiful job. Okay, what Bruce was telling me to relay is that those of you, you're good. You did wonderful, Dahlia. This is just technical issue for people out there watching on the live stream. We had some problems with the sound, but apparently it's up and running again. So thank you for all those who helped make that happen. We're going to turn now to the Michamocha, page 158, as we celebrate freedom in this world.
Ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Ihi kamo chavali Adonai Ihi kamo chaledar HaKodesh Norati Luro Sepele Norati Luro Sepele Ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Mahakuta Ravuvanecha Yeheya Moshe Miriam Zeli Anu V'Amru Adonai Lo Leolam Va'ed.
Got to get a couple of bongos in there, huh? Page 163 at the bottom, one of my favorite readings, and perfect as the wind blows in here. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There's a song on the wind and joy in the trees. The Sabbath arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, eternity others a day. I invite you, if you're able, to rise wherever you are and to find your own space. We're going to have our silent Amidah, our silent Tefillah prayer as we address God directly. It will go from page 164, and then we're going to be resuming on 178 with Shalom Rav. So take a couple of minutes for your own private reflection.
Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech hador lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech hador lechol hashalom. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Etach beinecha levabrech et amcha Yisrael. Bechol leito v'chol shah tishlamecha. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
May God bring peace to all of us and to the world. We're going to take an opportunity now to pray for healing. I look out among you, and I know there's a lot of people that are in need here, but also beyond this area. I did receive a couple of Hebrew names I'm going to recite. We're not reciting our full list out here just because we're on the middle of Sheridan Drive, so we're going to be respectful of people, but we're going to have an opportunity to go around, and if you are joining us in cyberspace, please say your names as well. But particularly, let me send some prayers out to Malka bat Naphtali and Yitzchak ben Nachum HaKohen. And we'll go around, and if you have people that you're thinking about or holding them in your heart, that's okay. Let's hear. We bring all those names into our hearts, and let's send out our love and attention as we turn to page 371 and pray for their healing.
Mi shebe'er avotenu v'kol havracha imavotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebe'er imavotenu v'kol havracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
complete healing of body and soul. May all those in need find hope and restoration in our prayers. And may they continue to move towards healthy and come back to us with the fullness of their life. I'm going to bring down my mask right now as I come over. With our new situation, I can move a little bit. It's incredible. So as I stand here in one of the most wonderful times of the day, as the sun is peaking in the sky and we feel its waves diffuse over us, the softness of it, the blueness of this beautiful sky and the beautiful weather of Western New York, and just being among you, especially since my family and I have been away for a little bit, to come back and just feel it. There's one emotion in particular that I feel being present with you right now, and that's love. Love is about romantic love, of course, that I feel for my wife, and other love of family, love of community, friendship. And I look around and I just see how you are sitting here. It's really a love affair. I see people who are coming here in need of connection to that community that they value so much. I see couples that come here and who have been together for years and sit in that wonderful space and just are so comfortable with one another. I see a newlywed. We have Marla, who joined us, a newlywed all the way from Syracuse, and when she was talking about her beloved Amir, her face lit up, and it's wonderful to hear that and to feel that. And I see new relationships as well. All of that is really about what gives life joy and meaning, those connections that we have with one another. And I mention this because we're entering into Elul. Elul, which is that month, that mysterious month before Tishrei. I know how rabbis and cantors experience Elul, which I experienced last night. I was walking my dogs, Nava and Akiva, and they were both pulling, they're both puppies, and looked up at the sky, and I saw a sliver of the moon. It was a beautiful sight, but I have to say I shuddered, because that can only mean one thing. We're exactly 1 month from Rosh Hashanah. And there's nothing that brings a little trepidation to the souls of rabbis and cantors, that moment, knowing how much we have to do before we get to that moment. But Elul is also known by its acronym. The rabbis love to tease things out. Elul probably is like a Sanskrit name that well precedes the Judeans. And we don't actually know it. It probably meant harvest. But the rabbis, especially since it was from a different language than Hebrew, they like to tease it out. And they look at things, and they look at things, and they try to figure out what's underneath them. And so they look at the letters Elul, Aleph, Lam, Lamed, Vav, Lamed. They see two major things. One is an Aramaic word. Aramaic, in addition to Hebrew, are our central languages. Elul in Aramaic, it means to search, this act of searching that we all are doing in our lives. But they also see these letters differently. They look and they find this book that I have in my hands, which is one of the most beautiful books ever written. The most beautiful love poem. It's ascribed to Solomon, but it's doubtful that it's from Solomon. It's the Song of Solomon, the Song of Songs. And the reason why they connect Elul to the Song of Songs is because of these letters and because of the most important phrase in all of the Song of Songs, which is 4 words that put together are usually what I use under the chuppah, including when I was married. These are the words that couples say to one another. It's something that really can only be experienced in the Hebrew, because it's this beautiful poetic phrase, ani ledodi vedodi li. You can hear it. You can hear the poetry there. Ani ledodi vedodi li. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. So I just want to take a moment to bring that love in here from the Song of Solomon. I'm going to read to you from the very beginning here, just that first paragraph, just so you can get a sense, so that poetry can enter into you and you can feel it this whole month, breathing life into you, feeling this passion that's connected to this that will bring us into Tishrei. The Song of Songs by Solomon. Oh, give me of the kisses of your mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Your ointments yield a sweet fragrance. Your name is like finest oil. Therefore do maidens love you. Draw me after you. Let us run. The king has brought me to his chambers. Let us delight and rejoice in your love, savoring it more than wine. Like new wine, they love you. Beautiful, right? It's amazing. These anonymous couple talk to one another, and there's such a strong female voice in this. We don't get this very often in our tradition, and it's wonderful to hear this voice calling to each other, this kind of forbidden love as they do this dance together, and you hear just a little bit about their lives with one another. So as we think about Elul, I was actually looking at all the things that happened in Elul. So we go back to biblical times and the creation of the world. That's what's supposed to have happened there. Also the story of Noah, the sending forth of the dove, the finding of dry land. Also, later in the biblical period, when we rebuilt the temple, coming back home, that sense. In more modern times, it's also the birthplace of Hasidism, the Baal Shem Tov, and also Rabbi Schneerson. Both were born in the month of Elul. How wonderful. It also has sad times, of course, especially more recently during World War II. September 1st, we know, which was in Elul of 1939, was the beginning of the war, and terrible, terrible time for Jews and for the world. But it also was the end. It was one of the nuclear bombs, but it also was the signing of the Treaty of Japan, and peace treaty was in Elul. For me personally, Elul is important. And this past week was important because in my life, the most amazing thing, at a time when I least expected it, I found my love in Elul. On August 19th, 2004, Ashir and I finally met together on a complete blind date. I had gone on 9 previous blind dates, and I swore I would never go on a blind date again. But my friend came to me and she said, I think I have the perfect match. And we started writing on email, corresponding. We were actually corresponding on the Singapore airport, of all places. And we started talking on the phone. And I said that I was a rabbi. And I said that I worked at a synagogue in New Jersey that you never will have heard of. It's very small. It's in a small city in New Jersey. You'll never have heard of it. And she said, well, what's the name of it? And I said, it's Temple B'nai Abraham. And she said, I've been there. My brother was the rabbi there. That's when I knew things were moving in a certain direction. And then came August 19th. We finally had a chance to meet. I came. I actually had done a funeral that day. I was dressed up in such attire and came in my old green Nissan Sentra to her door, and it turns out I knew her sister too. I didn't realize that. We had worked at camp together, and we met, and actually she opens the door, and I didn't know what she looked like at all, so I didn't know if it was her sister or her, or who it was, and instantly there is that feeling, and suddenly my life was different. My daughter who's over here, my children, my world has been completely different the last 16 years. For me, it's a reminder wherever we are in our lives, it's not just about finding love, that our life can go in one direction and then it can go in a different direction. Sometimes that can be a hard direction, like in the pandemic, but it also can be a beautiful direction that changes everything in an instant. I am grateful in my own life for my wife, my best friend, my romantic being, and someone who I'm so blessed to be on a journey together. But I'm just grateful to be able to use that love to contribute to this world and make this better. So in this month of Elul, feel that love, soak it in, don't be afraid of it. If you don't have love, I hope that you find it. And I hope that you find our community and find places to really celebrate passion and love in our lives. May this be a month that's filled with it. All right, I'm going to remask as we turn now to Aleinu on page 586, and I invite you to rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו קהל, וגורלנו ככל המונם, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We're going to turn to our Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. I said goodbye to Florence Sands today. Her husband Maurice died exactly a year ago, and they would have celebrated their 73rd anniversary this June. We're also remembering Dr. Hanley Horowitz, Joseph Kriegel, Ellen Primack, Barbara Shapiro, and Wolf Tombeck, all who died in this last month. And our yard site list from years past, we remember Louis Stambagel, Joseph Barmack, Marty Bates, Louis George Baumler, Francis Chertoff, Jerome Feldman, Sophie Finkelstein, Harry Gissen, Rose Gerstemann, Eva Gilder, Joe Giller, Rosalind Goldberg, Joseph Gross, Ernest Grosser, Irving L. Innerfeld, Abraham Kushner, Rose Liederman, Sophie Liederman, Ruth Meyer Lewis, Stephanie Husler Max, Jesaway Malucci, Jack Millman, Sarah Mitchell, Bessie Mitnick, Adele Organic, Abraham Perlman, Jacob Pleskow, Muriel H. Robinson, Sarah Rosenblum, Alan Rosner, Paul Schneider, Sanford Solinder, Stella Starsky, and Doreen Tubin. If you have other names you'd like to offer, just raise your hand. And invite all those whose custom it is to rise. Again, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yalma v'yivra v'ritei. V'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamachon v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael. V'agalau v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehesh Rabbah v'barach le'olam u'mei almayah. Yitbarak, Yishtabak, Yitpar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shemeda Kudsha, Rehu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, Tish b'chata v'nechamata, Damiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehesh lamarabah min shemaya, Chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, Hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'yimru Amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and we say, Amen. You may be seated. May their memories be for a blessing, and may our world find peace. I'm going to invite over Bruce Chorus again to offer our announcements.
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. We would like to wish Dahlia Perry and her family Mazel Tov on her upcoming bat mitzvah tomorrow. It's going to be great. She's taller than her mother now. She's not happy about that. A very special welcome back to Rabbi Alex, guest rabbi this evening. And of course, thank you to the rabbi and Cantor Frank and Mike Frank for providing such a lovely service tonight. And again, a beautiful Shir Shalom Shabbat. Can't beat this. Please note our service time is now 7 o'clock for the month of August and September. It's getting dark earlier, so we're going to try to make sure it's as safe as possible for you guys when you leave. I'm halfway through the service and I take off my sunglasses now, so it's kind of nice. Hey, we would like to thank, where are they? Karen and Howard Weissman right there for being our farewell greeters as everyone leaves tonight. See, they're practicing already. There we go. Give me a good wave. Oh, right. You got it. Tomorrow morning, we will have virtual offerings of Torah study at 9 o'clock. And even though we're doing it in person, our test drive at the drive-in Shabbat morning service, which is at 11, that will also be live stream. That will all be done, let's see, Torah study will be available via Zoom. Shabbat morning service will be live streamed via Boxcast. Go to the website for the links. This is, of course, our chance to try out the drive-in before our Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur morning services will be done there. So we'll see if we have anything that we didn't think of. We thought of it, just about everything, but there's going to be something. There's going to be something. But we'll be ready, and this will be our chance to work out any kinks. If you're planning to come, make sure you RSVP to Joanne. We did have, as I mentioned earlier, our High Holidays informational meeting via Zoom yesterday. We answered, I think, any question you could possibly have about the upcoming services, gave the schedule, all of that, and we will be posting that video on our website soon. Hey, we have another Shabbatas. Where's Paul? You ready? Okay. We have Shabbatas coming up this Tuesday at 4 o'clock till 7 or until sold out. Pre-order your dinner on the temple website. This is, of course, drive-through only, and I say this every time we do these. Without bingo, Shabbatas is even more important to us, and I want to thank everyone who has been supporting it either by volunteering or by supporting it like Paul does, who buys 7 dinners every time. Hey, you should know this. On this coming Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m., the men's group will be featuring who? Dr. Gail Burstein, the Erie County Commissioner of Health, to give us an update on the pandemic. This will be done via Zoom. Please go to the temple website to get the Zoom link so you can register for this very important talk. And we thank Dr. Burstein for doing this for us again. We know many of you are deeply concerned about our troubled nation and would like to participate in some meaningful actions for change while staying safe during COVID-19. To meet this need and to continue Tikkun Olam, our social action team is offering you every voice, every vote. This is a nonpartisan national effort to get out the vote and to re-register voters who are the victim of voter suppression. You write postcards from the safety of your own home. If you would like to join the more than 50 members of this team, please call the temple office. Some of you have asked about this already. Beginning next Friday night, you'll be able to borrow your set of High Holiday prayer books. We'll be distributing them next Friday night, and we'll be doing them we will be doing them every Friday night from this point on, right? And we'll try to come up with perhaps a couple of weekdays as well that we can do that. That way you'll have them for use at the Park and Pray, at the drive-in theater, and of course when you're watching services via live stream at home. And then you can return them after the High Holy Days. And we'll be signing them out, obviously. We are also working on our Yom Kippur food drive. So when you pick up your prayer book, please consider dropping off a bag of non-perishable food, which will be picked up by Feed More Western New York. Thank you for supporting this really, really important issue. And by the way, Walk Off Hunger is going to be in October. It's coming back. I'll get an email out soon with all the particulars, but spoiler alert, we're actually going to be able to do it on the original route of the walk this year. which is
Wow.
from here at Temple. So we're going to have little pop-up locations throughout the area. So I'll keep you posted on that. Gail is applauding that. We all know how important that was to Ralph and how important the food bank was. If you need anything at all, please be sure to reach out to myself, the cantor, especially the rabbi, because he's just had a 2-week vacation. He's rested. Reach out to him or Joanne. We are here for you for whatever you need, and thank you for being part of the Shir Shalom family.
Thank you, Bruce. And next week, actually, Cantor, hopefully, Cantor's going to be away, and Dr. Yanina Foster will be with us. So hopefully we'll be able to do the technical elements next week, but we wish Cantor and Mike a wonderful, wonderful time away as well. All right, I think we're ready for Adon Olam on 6:25, so please join in.
Adon Olam, Hashem Balak, B'terem Gol, Yitzir Nifra, V'et Nasa, V'chep Sokol, Azai Melech Shemo Nifra, Yam la 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 la, Yam la 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 la, Yam la 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 la, La 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 la, Yam 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 la 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 la. Tiare, Kitotako, Levado, Ilak Nora, Uaya, Beruove, Uye, the Tifa, sing with me. Yana la 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 la, yana la 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 la, yana la 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 la, yana la la la, yana la 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 la la. והוא אחד, ואין שני, וחמישי לו, והחפירה, ולי ראשית, ולי תכלית, ולא העוז המזרח. יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה 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 לה לה לה. והוא העלי, וחי גואלי, וצוחבי, ויצודה, והוא ניסי, ומנוסי, עינת כוסי, ויום מקרא. יאללה לה לה לה, 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 יאללה לה לה לה. בידו, הפקיד רוחי, תהייתי שם, תהיירה, תמלוכי, ידיעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. יאללה לה לה לה, 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 יאללה לה לה לה.
I'd like to invite Dali over one last time to do Hamotzi for us. We're so grateful to her family being here, and her service actually will be streamed tomorrow night at 5:30 from our sanctuary. We're so super excited for her to be able to read from the Torah and join our Jewish adult peoplehood. Go for it. Hamotzi.
Baruch atah.
Amen. And unlike Cantor and I, you can actually eat the glue that's over there. We are so grateful to have you here. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please be very careful on the way out. And we look forward to seeing you in the very near future. Shabbat Shalom.
Woo! Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. Soll sein jeden Shabbos. Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos hat die ganze Welt. Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos hat die ganze Welt. Ya na 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 na. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Yantip 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 yantip. Zal zijn yeten yantip. Yantip zal zijn, yantip zal zijn. Yantip uit de ganse wereld. Yantip zal zijn, yantip zal zijn. Yantip uit de ganse wereld. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ah ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Shalom 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 shalom. Zal zijn yeten shalom. Shalom zal zijn, shalom zal zijn. Shalom op de ganse wereld. Shalom zal zijn, shalom zal zijn. Shalom op de ganse wereld. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Take care. Shabbat shalom. Just make sure when you're walking around, just be safe. Keep your masks on.
Cantor.
Testing 1 2.
Oh, yes, I do. I know. They're bringing it with me. Okay.
Was it from mine?
I guess I can.
Anyway, but they sound great.
Testing 1 2.
They sound great. Yeah. By the way, Anna was really good at
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I brought it the last 2 weeks you were here, and then you left that day. You know, so I'm so sorry, and I was looking for you.
God,
based on what you've been looking at. Good size. How much did you go up? I think they went, unless I'm mistaken, I think they went about the median end here. I could be wrong. The reason it went so high. Alright, so now I keep it. Because somebody obviously had a boat. They wanted to be thrilled. Well, I mean, if you have a decent sized boat, what does it cost to boil a boat? Right? Yeah, no, we're talking serious boat. No, you still take it down 9,000. I mean, 5,000 I'll leave it there. Alright, so 5,000 for a summer, so let's add that up every year. So if I'm going to keep the boat for 10 years, you can add 50,000 to the price of the house. So, I think that's what the basis of
Yeah,
it is.
what I did to make it more.
There's one that's right,
No.
we cast it on the way back. It's just some massive 7 feet. Way back. Is that all?
Yeah.
That's all. Don't get carried away with that. Don't say,
Theater cover.
you're gonna jump out there. Let's go.
As long as all the help well.
Remember what I showed you this morning?
Oh, well, honestly, we have a lot of
975.
that are waiting to be. Is it possible
Hey, how's your Hot Wheels? Best thing that's gonna tell you.
Let me see the baby. Okay, Jack, let's see.
What?